Welcome to the Christmas season, dear ones. I'd like to sing a song for you called The Christmas Mystery by Swami Kriyananda, and I'll share a few thoughts after I reset the camera. Long ago there was a little shed, there three mighty kings did bow their heads to a gentle babe of low degree, whom men called the Son of Mary. Who'll tell to me this mystery, how a tiny babe in a manger laid could so many hearts to love persuade, this holy Son of Mary. Shepherds came and knelt in wonder there, seeing him in light beyond compare, and his eyes that told them our love was he, whom men called the Son of Mary. Who'll tell to me this mystery, how a tiny babe in a manger laid could so many hearts to love persuade, this holy Son of Mary. Wonderful it was that Christmas day, how from far and near they came to pray, how from far they glimpsed His majesty, whom men call the Son of Mary. Who'll tell to me this mystery, how a tiny babe in a manger laid could so many hearts to love persuade, this holy Son of Mary. Could it be that in that little one, Spirit's universal love did shine? If it's true He lives in you and me, whom men call the Son of Mary. Who'll tell to me this mystery, how a tiny babe in a manger laid could so many hearts to love persuade, this holy Son of I'd like to share a few thoughts about that song. It's a very moving song in its depth and awareness of Christ's presence, the reality of Christ's life on this earth as Jesus, and the drama of wise men coming and shepherds coming, and the celebration of our souls in recognition of the coming of a divine being. In Swami Kriyananda's Festival of Light, he addresses this in a beautiful way. He says, "A call went up from earth, and you responded, a ray of your light." He is always addressing God directly. A ray of your light flashed out from the heart of infinity, burst downward through night skies of consciousness, and was born on earth in human form. And in the Bible, of course, it says, "And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, full of grace and truth." And we need that contact. Otherwise, we sort of get stuck in the rut, the groove of our own consciousness. This is maybe more apparent in the year 2020 than it has been in the past, because we're a little more isolated now and we're a little more stuck in our own consciousness, which isn't necessarily a very uplifting thing unless we make it an uplifting thing. But the beauty of Christ's coming on this earth, and the fact that we honor every December, we honor that rebirth, we honor the coming of that Christ in this season, it's just a beautiful thing. And you can feel the energy change. And it isn't just the weather, because I've been in places where the weather was warm and it was Christmas. And I admit it was a little odd. I mean, having grown up in a cold climate, it's a little harder to kind of get into that spirit. But it nevertheless is there. Takes a little more tuning into somehow, but it can be done. But I say all this because how we honor Christ's coming into the world very much affects how we live our lives. And we can open our hearts. I've always loved the little phrase in Joy to the World, "Let every heart prepare him room. Let heaven and nature sing." And that's our job. We have to prepare him room, just as if he was going to come and stay with us in our home. Make up the bedroom, clean it out, clean out the closet, do whatever it takes to sort of make him room, make space for him. We decorate our altars, we decorate our homes, in some cases with gazillions of lights. And this is not the Frosty the Snowman and the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of Christmas. There's nothing particularly wrong with that, but that's not Christmas. That's holidays. That's let's be consumers. Let's buy. Let's celebrate the time with friends and family. But that's maybe more the social side of it. The spiritual side of it is very deep. It's very profound. It's very quiet and inward. Christ was born in the middle of the night in a manger, in a little, cave or a little shed or a little barn or something. But he's really born in our hearts. And that birth happens in stillness. That birth happens when we've prepared our hearts to receive him. It's not as if he isn't there already, but we have to prepare ourselves to receive him. His presence is everywhere. Our presence is scattered all over the place. So we have to do that work. And that's the job of this Christmas season. And if we think of it as an onerous job, then it may become that. I admit that there have been times when putting up the decorations got a little bit old. And now this year, having been such a different year, a little bit of a strange year, I'm actually kind of looking forward to putting up decorations, just because it's a way of remembering consciously. We can get into a groove with even that. And it has to be fresh. It's one of the things that I loved, one of the traditions that I loved about India is that the flowers on your altar are fresh every day. You bring them fresh, and apart from the fact that they don't keep very long, yes, okay. But it's a way of saying to us, devotion must be fresh today. It's not, yesterday's devotion is not today's devotion. Make today's devotion unique and special with extra energy. So in this Christmas season, let me just suggest, make him room and find that presence within yourself. Christmas is already here. It may only be the 2nd of December, but it's Christmas today if we make it that. So let us make him room and experience his presence in our lives. God bless you all in this season and always.